Hi, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 2023 Mercury retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously to be seen by the YouTube algorithm, so thank you so very much for doing so. Now, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands reversed. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Moon coming through, which makes sense because this Mercury retrograde is so close to the new moon. We then have the Four of Pentacles, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. We have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Five of Cups reversed. So this is a very interesting Mercury retrograde, and I would actually expect nothing less because this Mercury retrograde goes back and forth between Sagittarius energy and Capricorn energy. So it brings a very interesting dynamic forward, and we're going to see this more powerfully than others because, of course, we are Capricorns, and therefore meaning that when Mercury goes into Capricorn, we feel it much more intensely. So this Mercury retrograde is from the 13th of December to the 1st of January. We did have the pre-shadow period, which was 3 weeks before Mercury retrograde began. So it began on the pre-shadow period began on the 25th of November. It was in Sagittarius until the 1st of December, when then Mercury moved into Capricorn energy. And then from the 1st of December to the 23rd of December, we have Mercury in Capricorn. So that's just powerful for us. When Mercury goes into Capricorn, it moves out of optimistic, big dreamer Sagittarius to more practical, down to earth, let's get things done, Capricorn energy. Now it goes back into Sagittarius energy from the 24th of December to the 1st of January. And what we're going to see here is that this is a time where we can be a little bit reckless. Why? Because Mercury is the fastest moving planet. And so when Mercury retrograde comes into play, things get topsy-turvy, and we kind of think the faster I can move, the more I can get done, the better it will be. Like, I can fix this problem by being so terribly practical, so terribly Capricorn, that I will be able to achieve, succeed, and win. Get to where it is that I need to be. With the Queen of Wands reversed, we are having a hard time stepping into our own magic. We are looking at the tried and true. This is the way it's always been. This is the way it should always be. This is the road I should walk, instead of the more creative, inventive side of things. So one of our biggest challenges during this time is going to be to step into our passionate energy, to step into what we want, what we desire. There's heartbreak coming up. There's a sense of fears coming forward. The moon is also Pisces energy. So the wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So we can also be having a bit of difficulty when Mercury is in Sagittarius. So there can also be a sense, if we're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, or we have fire sign energy in our chart, that part of our personality can come forward and really just kind of be demanding more attention. It's kind of like that person who stands in the corner and broods and is like, you're going to pay attention to me because I'm going to make this feel so awkward. So just be aware of that during this time. With the Four of Pentacles, becoming very aware of energy that isn't flowing, right? Things that aren't moving right, things that aren't moving in the direction that we need. We're opening ourselves up to what we really love. And this is a time where we're going to be looking at what doesn't work anymore, right? What isn't where we need to be. And we can get stuck in it. We can get stuck in kind of like the record on loop until we step back and we start to see blessings in other areas. But heartbreak and a acknowledgement of scars is going to be very powerful for us during this time. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you are interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowman in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of January. There we go, on the 1st of January in a completely separate video. So don't be scammed by anybody pretending to be me contacting you in the comment box. You will only know who wins through that video. And if you're interested in purchasing a reading, the link to my website is in the description box below, and that is daneharttarot.com. So angels and spirit guides show me clearly. This is Breathe Reverse. We do have a tendency during this time when we get nervous, if we misstep, if we kind of misspeak on something or mess up, or information, like we look at something and we think, oh, I have this information, and then it's not. We can have a tendency to hold our breath, or to feel mocked, or to feel like I just need to kind of make myself small, compact myself. So do be mindful about this. Breathing, slowing it down during a Mercury retrograde, and really coming into alignment with what's important. What do I need? What do I want? Where do I need to be for me? That's going to be the game changer. Slow down and breathe. Slow down and connect. We're going to want to go really, really fast. Fast. There we go. Fast. And Spirit is saying, hey, slow down. Pay attention to your words. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. And this is peace reverse. So this is the crown chakra. And Spirit is saying here, hey, listen, we're having a bit of trouble. As we're having a bit of trouble focusing on our breath, we're having a bit of trouble focusing on our peace, our joy, our contentment, what is stabilizing us, moving us forward, letting us open up to peace and what we really love and what we really want. So focusing on our crown chakra, focusing on the energy of our mind, even though we kind of don't want to, even though we're kind of like all over the place, Spirit is saying here, hey, listen, slow down, embrace peace, calm it down. And if we can visualize putting a crown of peace on us, which just kind of reminds us, it's like by its weight on our head, reminds us, slow down, fall in love with life, slow down, be peaceful. It brings us then to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And this is the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles, when we have it to be mindful of, being mindful of looking at everybody else and assuming, hey, look, they have it all, or they have it all going for them, or, oh, I wish I could be like that. You know, having goals is one thing, you know, having aspirations is one thing. But Spirit is looking here and saying, listen, there's beauty and blessing to you. Don't wish to be other people because we don't know them behind closed doors. Look at your blessings. Look at what you love. Look at what you want. There can also be a tendency during this time to be like, oh my gosh, I'm just cursed, right? And we can be joking. We could be joking, but we also kind of mean it. So with generational curses, we can be looking at either breaking them, but we could be looking at a sense of, well, it's just always been this way. And who am I to go against the way it's always been? And what Spirit is going to be showing us here is that this is a time with the 10 of Pentacles to really look at our prosperity, even if we think we don't have any, even if we think we don't have talents, we do. Looking at our prosperity, our bounty, our joy, and opening that up to us and saying, this is where I need to be. Instead of looking at things saying, oh, but I want to be like that person is already taken, you know? You can only be you. And so do it to the most beautiful utmost of your ability. And it brings us then to the Queen of Wands reverse. So again, we're having a bit of trouble tapping into our magic. We can actually see our temper being a little bit short during this time, and that's very common for people during this Mercury retrograde. We also have Mercury conjunct the dwarf planet Quora. And Quora is a creation god, and what we're going to see here is Quora brings order out of chaos. So order out of chaos is coming to all things Mercury, and that's communication, that's tech, that's travel, and those are also the areas where Mercury retrograde kind of runs amok. And what we're going to see is that we're balancing, we're coming into a greater understanding. There are going to be mishaps and mess ups. That's just going to be the way that it is. We're going to look at things and be like, but I read this, and then we can relook at it closer and be like, oh, okay, I was wrong, you know, type of thing. And again, that's just a Mercury retrograde. So what Spirit is saying here is that you are going to be challenged and you are going to be tested in areas where Spirit's like, are you going to stand up for yourself? Are you going to then, like, you know, look at things and how you're going to handle being wrong or not seeing things as correctly as you had thought? So just be aware of this. And this can evoke our temper, most definitely. But staying calm, staying passionate, you know, embracing our fire, embracing our joy, embracing our beauty, that's huge for us. So Spirit is saying here, hey, listen, we might feel like this is reversed, right? We can be having a bit of difficulty with fire sign energies, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We can be having trouble really like looking at our big dreams and saying that has validity to it. Or we can be thinking, oh, you know what? That ship has sailed. I'm never going to. And Spirit's like, no, embrace the heart of your passion, the heart of your magic to come forward. And it doesn't have to be the sparkly lights. It doesn't have to be, you know, are you walking down the red carpet? Most people never do. And that doesn't mean their lives aren't worthwhile. Actually, some of the people who live the most quiet, seemingly humdrum lives have the most to offer this world. So just be aware of this. With the 3 of Swords, This is heartbreak, and this is pain, and this is disappointment. This is a sense of my 3 biggest wounds, the 3 biggest hurts that have defined me. They're going to come up during Mercury retrograde. Why? Because Mercury retrograde is going to have all the things coming to the surface that we need to let go of in order to kind of transcend as we step into 2024. In order to say, you know what, it's a new time, it's a new me, it's a new power, it's a new distinction. I am moving forward in this energy. So we're going to see our wounds. We're going to really see our shortcomings. And that can be devastating, yes, but it's also going to be like, okay, I see this, I acknowledge this, but I'm not being trapped anymore in this energy, in this chaos, in this hurt, in this pain, in this disappointment. I am breaking free. And so we're going to see ourselves breaking free of the hurt and the disappointment. And it moves us to the moon. What fears hold us back? The moon is Pisces energy. We are going to have a lot of blessings come through with Pisces energy. This is also a time frame of February 19th to March 20th. But this is going to be a time also where we're going to be seeing, okay, where do I respond in fear? Where do I respond in anger? Where do I respond in jealousy or, chaos? And the moon makes things clear. The moon makes things clear because it's the reflective light of the sun. We are moving into Capricorn time period, right? And that starts on the 22nd of December and goes to the 19th of January. We are going to be seeing ourselves in a new light and in a new way. And it's right after the winter solstice. We start Capricorn time period. So it's a beautiful, powerful, intense time. The moon is the reflective light of the sun. The sun is going to be in our domain, in our sign. And I kind of see that as kind of like, with Chinese zodiacs where they say, okay, if it's your year, like the year you were born under, the rabbit or the dragon or, whatever, it's going to be a more difficult year for you. It's going to bring out a lot of challenges. And I've seen that to be true. I always thought, oh, well, no, it's going to be so fun. It's going to be all about me, and then it winds up being, what do you need to overcome? Stand on your own 2 feet. So here we are looking at that power right now. And the moon is going to be the reflective light of the sun, the slowly closing of the eyes, right, of the new moon, and then the opening of the eye on the 26th of December of really seeing, okay, what do I want? And then it closing again to come inward and embrace our journey. So that's going to be important for us during the Mercury retrograde when everything can be topsy-turvy. It's like, okay, how do I turn into me? How do I embrace what I desire? And we're going to be looking at a lot of the vampiric energy that has held us back, a lot of the expectations of others that have been put on us, and that statement of like, well, you just can't, right? Because you just were never able to. And listen, when somebody picks up the saxophone, they sound like a dying cat, and it's a terrible, terrible sound. And yet people play the saxophone absolutely beautifully. I've never known a person to pick up the saxophone and it sound just amazing if they don't know how to play it. And that's life. That is life. Life is like a screeching dying cat until it's like, oh, okay, we got this under control. Like, oh, okay, I can figure this out. Or I found my bit of harmony, my bit of bliss, my bit of joy. And with the 4 of Pentacles, that's just it. This is the vampiric energy that comes in and says, well, you'll never make it because it has to be just like this. You have to walk this path. This is the way of success. And so this is your practical, purposeful way of doing it. And as Capricorn energies, we like top-down structures. We do. We can go against it. We can be highly individual. It doesn't mean you're stuck in a box. It all depends on, the signs around you and your own personality, of course. But what we're going to see here is that we like structure and rules and order. There's a safety to that. But we are breaking away from the old structures, the old rules, the old orders that just don't serve us anymore. They're not right. So we're becoming aware of this vampiric energy and to let the energy flow in our body, to let ourselves become harmonized. That's going to be really important. If we kind of just picture ourselves like being part of the ocean or, being part of the wind and that energy just blowing and dancing, having a pattern but not a structure to it type of thing. We need to embrace what we love. And that is going to be with the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups says, what makes you happy, Capricorn? Not what should make you happy. What do you think will make you happy? What actually brings you joy when you are doing it? And how do you embrace that? It's not being like anybody else. It is powerfully, beautifully, and purposefully being you. And this is a time, Capricorn, where Spirit is saying, what do you love? in the midst of a Mercury retrograde, where everything can be topsy-turvy and kind of stand on its head, what do you love? And what is coming forward? How are you being kind of forced to stand up for yourself, speak your truth, stand in your power? How are you embracing that energy in order to move forward in a way that you hadn't anticipated, in a way that has you maybe doubting yourself when you first do it? It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was so foolish. But then saying, you know what? I had that experience. I was able to stand in my voice. I was able to, withstand a ridicule without feeling devastated by it. I'm awesome. And simply believe that, Capricorn. You're awesome. There's one person like you on this planet. And enjoy it, because it's sacred. It really is. The 5 of Cups reverse is change your mind and change your life. So here, we can find it a little bit hard to get out of old viewing patterns. It's like, oh, well, I see it just like this. And we can have a tendency to see what is broken and irrevocably, kind of like unfixable. We can think, oh, that's never going to be. But we're going to see during this time, we're going to see a shift. We're going to see a change. We are going to have resistance to this. We're going to have our minds made up. But during this Mercury retrograde, we're as we release this vampiric energy, as we look at wounds, we're going to be like, why am I staying in this pattern? And we're going to start to see the world opening up around us. We're going to start to see, oh, I can move forward this way. Oh, I can open up this door. Oh, here's my healing, beautiful love. Like, here's what I love. And Spirit is saying, fill your cup with what you love and what brings you tremendous joy. That is going to be a very powerful thing. Our subconscious spirit message is success. Know that you're a success. Subconsciously, you know it, but bring it to the surface. Know that you are a success. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. You are successful at being you. Embrace that and enjoy it. Our subconscious chakra message is holistic health. This is the root chakra reversed. And Spirit is saying, hey, listen, what makes you happy? What makes you healthy? What makes you strong? What is your body saying to you? Because right now we're kind of not listening to it. So here it's saying, I'm listening to my body and feeding myself the foods that energize me, make me strong, make me feel powerful. I'm connecting with that greatness of myself. And I'm connecting with my body. I'm paying attention. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the 6 of Cups. Be mindful of being caught in the past. It was better once upon a time. It might have been. It might have been. Sometimes we remember things as being better because we were younger and we didn't have the responsibilities, and it did seem better. But here it's like, listen, the past can eat us up. We can't replicate the past. The future can eat us up. We don't know what it is. So it can be anything. It can be brilliant and beautiful. And then the reality of it can be something completely different. So with being mindful of the 6 of Cups, be mindful of being too much in the past, being too much in the future, and not here in the present right now. Because Capricorn, you need to show up for you and embrace where you stand right now and the joys of it. Our subconscious tarot message is the 10 of Pentacles reversed. So that's interesting. It's the energy to be mindful of coming through once again. Reversed, it's, hey, be mindful of this. Be mindful that we will have a tendency to look at others, see everything that they have and every place that we're lacking. We will not see their faults. We will not see their flaws. We will see exactly what they have curated us to see. And Spirit's like, hey, listen, nobody's showing you the truth. People who are, we tend to overlook because it's like, oh, they're just complaining, or, oh, this is just ridiculous. No, here with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, we can feel like I'm stuck, I'm cursed, it's always going to be this way, I'm never going to get to be as successful as I want to be, or, live in the prosperity or what I value as much as money, coming forward in my life. And Spirit is saying, stop it. Look at what brings you joy and start to follow that path. You do not have to monetize everything that brings you joy. Okay, just know that it's a very Western thing that we think, okay, whatever you do, you should be making money off of it. Well, actually, I think it's a very human thing. Like, if I get joy out of it, I should be making money off of it. Sometimes things are simply made to bring us joy. Follow that joy. You're coming to a completion of a cycle. Now, financially, we're coming to a completion of a cycle, and we're seeing things that we could have been chasing a dream, like, the American dream, if you're in America, or, whatever dream. And it, like, you could always have more, right? That dream of you can always have more. I remember watching something on YouTube, and they were interviewing people who made from like $20,000 to like $600,000 a year. And I just remember the higher they got, there was a sweet spot where people seemed like pretty contented. And then the higher they got, their sentiment was, you can always make more money. You can always push further and harder. And I thought, when do you just be happy? Like, when do you just be happy? And here, that's the question. When are we just happy? And when are we contented? Let us start to follow that happiness and find prosperity in that. All right. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed Mercury retrograde and happy holidays. Bye.